Piss and Vinegar Day 194, god damn it. Chest, triceps, and shoulders. So today I decided to start training my left side. It wasn't anything crazy. I'm doing super light weights, doing numerous sets of which I didn't record all because it would just take too long to. It would be a really long video if you saw that. But 6 weeks after the surgery, my left side is unbelievably smaller, weaker, and dystrophied and unfunctional, and fucking joints hurt and shit. So I got to start training it a little bit, nice and light, and slowly get back there. But my right side's going strong. It's not too bad. So at least that's there, and at least I am recovering. You know, it's only up from here. But anyway, today's topic, I want to talk about personal training. I've been personal training for about 4.5 years now, and I've started to develop a decently successful personal training business, and that is difficult, and it can be really fucking difficult for people to do. So I wanted to talk about this and give back to any of you guys who want to become a PT, are a PTs, and struggling, and just need some tidbits and pieces of advice, and not this cookie cutter nonsense that I've seen on the internet. Gatekeeping bullshit from these people will be like, dude, the cookie cutter stuff to become a personal trainer, nothing innovative, nothing outside of the box, nothing, just gatekeeped information because you are the competition. So it's rare for someone to give back in a profession where if they give good advice, everyone else will be doing a good job and then taking their clients, or, this is how people's fucking stupid brains work. I don't care about that. If you do a better job than me, then let the better man win. If somehow you takes my clients away from me, even though you don't live in the same fucking town as me, then so be it. But good chance is that you don't live anywhere near me anyway. So I'm going to give you guys some fucking tidbits of golden, juicy tidbits of information that is actually fucking, useful, not just gatekeep bullshit. But the first thing I want to give you is kind of the disclaimer is if you're not a PT yet, or you are even a new PT, you have to understand some grim statistics. It's 95% quit rate within the first 5 years for a reason. It's a hard job. And unless you're super passionate about it, it's not going to work out. Because any job where it's very difficult and you're your own boss and you have to be self-made, or very oftentimes self-made, you're going to have to be super passionate, because otherwise you're not going to push through the hard times where you only have 4 clients and you're making fuck all money and you have to sell your car because you can't make rent, or whatever it is. It's going to be fucking tough a lot of times. Like, you can get lucky as a personal trainer and get a good gig, but especially if you're being your own boss, it can be fucking tough. And unless you're mad passionate about changing people's lives, it's not going to pan out. You're not going to be able to push through those really fucking difficult times where you're making no money. If you're the kind of person where the idea of hearing people say, wow, you've changed your life for the better, I'm thinner, I'm healthier, my sex life is back, my wife loves me again, my kids respect me, I can walk up this hill without chronic pain, my blood pressure is down, my life expectancy is up, etc., etc., etc. If those things don't fucking make you go over the moon, then it's not for you. I personally, it's my thing. I love hearing people's results. I love seeing results. And that makes it all worth it. Even when I was making fuck all money, the fact that there was a handful of people whose lives were changing, that made it worth it for me. Not the money, the people. Obviously, money is important too, and I do it partially for money, or a lot for money. But if you don't go over the moon from results, then it is not for you. If that will not allow you to get through the hard times. So you have to be super passionate. No, it has to be your thing. You can't just be willy-nilly fucking going into personal training because you have no other options in life, or you just happen to like exercise and you're like, I kind of like exercise, so let me get into this personal training thing because I'm good at it, I guess. No, you have to be fucking mad passionate, and you have to be very skillful with it. You have to be very knowledgeable. Not every client is the same, so you have to learn a lot about exercise science to actually train individuals with very specific different needs. So yeah, if you're not passionate, don't fucking do it. And then the second thing is, are you the type of person that can be a personal trainer? Like, are you charismatic? Can you hold a conversation? Can you listen diligently and make people seem important, or make people seem interesting? It sounds Machiavellian, but a lot of people will come to you when you're a personal trainer to basically just talk to you. They come for the secondary benefit of getting into incredible shape, but ultimately they come there because they want someone to talk to. It's like a barber or a psychologist, or even. The amount of times I've had clients come to me where I'm sort of a pseudo-psychologist, and by reading a shit ton on psychology, has it helped me then allow me, work with clients who have depression or anxiety, and be sort of a motivational speaker at times, or rationalize things for people, or give people insights on stoicism. Are you experienced? Are you old enough to be a personal trainer? Like, if you're an 18-year-old kid and a 55-year-old man comes to you with who's just got over a breakup and he's suicidal, do you think you're going to be able to give him the kind of pep talk that me, no offense, but I couldn't have done it either when I was 18. But me, as a 27-year-old man with a life experience, you won't be able to tell a 55-year-old it's going to be okay because of this, that, and the other thing. I mean, you might be able to. This might be arrogant of me, but I sure as shit when 18 couldn't have trained certain clients that I train now because I wasn't experienced enough. So are you old enough? Have you had enough other shitty jobs that make you hate those jobs enough that personal training will seem like a dream? So if you're not the type of person, if you're not charismatic, if you can't make people interested in you, if you can't listen diligently, if you are introverted or awkward or, autistic or something, this is not a stab at anybody because these traits could be excellent somewhere else. But as a personal trainer, that probably won't work, or at least it will make it much harder. You will have to niche far harder. And you have to be honest with yourself, because if you are awkward as fuck and you're inexperienced and you're not sociable yet, key point here, you can get there, but right now you're not, it's going to be difficult to be a personal trainer. So that's the first two things: passion and the type of person you are. You might be fat. If you're fat, you can't be a personal trainer. You have to get in shape. You have to look good. You have to look the part. Anyway, let's say you have all those things in line. You are passionate. You're incredibly fit. You know the exercise science ins and outs. You understand the difference between training a 25-year-old man and a 75-year-old woman. You're charismatic. You understand psychology, all these different things. Okay, cool. Do you know how to market yourself? Do you know how to do marketing in general? I sure as shit didn't. I did the courses, went, cool, I know everything about exercise science, I know how to train people, I've been doing this, with my friends for years, it's something that I'm passionate about, blah, 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 great. And then all of a sudden, I fucking got the degree, and I'm like, okay, where's my clients? Oh, fuck, I don't know how to get clients. You can have all the skills in the world, you can be super, fucking knowledgeable and sociable, but if you don't know how to get out there and do flyers and, market yourself on Facebook and all these different innovative ways, you're fucked. You'll never get clients in. Ultimately, clients in is the most important part. Then you can refine your skills by going through numerous clients until you get the, adherence rate to say 50%. But before that, you need to market yourself. Marketing, thankfully, isn't that hard in my experience. I'm not, naturally good at marketing. All I've done is just copy and pasted other methods. Facebook page, cool. How do I do Facebook? All right, well, let me go look at a very successful plumber's business or fucking haircut business or anything else, or another personal trainer, and look at how they have set up their webpage, set up their Facebook, and let me see how they post. Cool, let me just copy and paste this, basically. Mark the barber posted something about, hey, Sydney, do you need a haircut? And I go, oh, cool. Hey, Sydney's a good idea because that's good copyright. That'll catch people's eyes. Let me copy that idea and just say, hey, Sydney, are you a fat fuck that needs to get in shape? I mean, I'm fucking exaggerating here, but point being, I just saw that guy's ad. It worked well. Let me flip it into a personal training context, and then bam, I'm good. It's fucking easy as shit to market nowadays. There's millions of YouTube videos out there on how to do it. All that really matters is niching and innovation. The first thing I did, and this is a fucking massive golden tidbit, number one, the first thing I did when I got into personal training was sit there and think, how can I get clients somewhere where no one is getting them? The first thing that came to mind in my brain was gay dating apps. Gay men like tall, muscular dudes with long hair. That happens to be me. And I said, all right, cool. Let's go on a gay dating app and make my profile personal trainer. I don't care what you say. If you fucking you're like, oh, fucking poofda, I don't give a fuck, because it made my personal training business bloom. All of a sudden, I had no clients, and then fucking within a week, I had 20 dudes coming in for trials. Half of those guys didn't come back because they realized I wasn't into, any funny business, and I made it very prevalent on my page. No funny business. If you try some shit, you're going to, cop a right hand. But some people came around and they stuck with it. And to this day, I have 5 clients from the grinder days, I call them, that still are with me to this day. And they have incredible results. So I just saw a place where no one's marketing. It just so happened to be a gay dating app. And that's how I started my business. If it wasn't for Grindr, I wouldn't be where I am right now. For you might be some 6'4" Giga Chad, and you're in fucking incredible shape, and you just did a fucking cycle of Tren and Melanotan, and you're tan jacked, and chicks would fucking love to train, or love you to train them, because you are the ultimate man in a female's eyes. And a big portion of females who go to personal trainers, it's like a sexual fantasy a lot of times. It's because their husband's fucking ugly and they want to get in shape, but also they want eye candy. That is not a niche I can do. I'm not attractive enough for that. You might be overwhelmingly attractive, and that would be a niche that you could do. In my case, gay dudes kind of like looking at like rough, gruffy, fucking buff dudes with long hair and shit. So that's my niche. Your niche on dating apps might be Tinder if you're super handsome. If you're not, it might be something else. I don't know what it is, but just sit there and think about something outside of the box and market that. You could go to church. I go to church. I go to church because I believe in God. You could go to church because you're a Machiavellian piece of shit, but you need to make money to feed your parents or feed your kids or feed whatever or feed yourself. And thus you go to church and you get clients from church. You go to a social gathering. Preferably don't go to church because you'll go to hell if you do that. It's fucking horrible. But go to, I don't know, some sort of gathering, a social gathering. And people will say, what do you do? And you say, I'm a personal trainer. And then they'll say, wow, I need one of those, because 9 times out of 10, every time I tell people I'm a personal trainer, they say, I need one of those, because people are fat and out of shape. And then you say, cool, let's do a trial session. And then half the time they'll come and do it. And then a quarter of the time they'll stay to it. So you have to go out and get social. You can't just be doing fucking Facebook ads and flyers and shit. Word of mouth is the most important thing in marketing. But you have to be innovative. You have to go out and do things. You have to think out of the box. The freebie is Grindr. If you're not so overwhelmingly prideful that you can go on a gay dating app and just make it very apparent to gay men that you are strictly platonic and looking for clients, it'll work well. I promise you that, especially if you live in a populated area. So that's the next thing, is marketing and innovation. Is you just have to be innovative, and it's not that fucking hard to market things. You can copy and paste half of it, and then you just simply have to think outside of the box. You could use high intensity as a niche. Everybody else in your area is training people out of commercial gyms. So you invest $2,000 on a home gym, of which I did 4 years ago, and I made the niche high intensity training. You've been spending 60 minutes, 3 times a week going to a personal trainer in a commercial gym where you have to pay for contracts and you have to share equipment and you have to pay for a membership and you have to be stared at by dudes on Tren or whatever. Cool. You can come to me and do 30 minutes once or twice a week for a fraction of the time. I'll undercut the fuck out of the other personal trainers that are working at the gym that need to, do a rent quota, and I'll be cheaper. I'll be more private, and you'll save time with high intensity training. My niche is HIIT, and my niche is the fact that you don't have to pay contracts at a gym, and my niche is the fact that you don't have to be stared at by people in the gym and share it. That's a big niche. You could use that too. These are freebies here, guys. If you don't take these, you're fucking out of your mind. Grindr and high intensity training will fucking bloom your personal training studio. I'll take a 10% founder's fee. Thank you very much. So that's the next thing, is you fucking innovate. Think outside of the box. And this goes 2 ways. If you guys got any fucking ideas of how to get clients, let me know, because I guarantee you these things are going to work. Next thing would be the benefits. You have to, obviously it's grim. The statistics are grim. 95% failure rate. Right now you might be making fucking $350 a week and you're like sinking. But you have to think of all the pros. Think about the lives that you're changing. Think about the fact that you don't have to work for some boss. You don't have to go to Kmart and do some wagey dance at the start of every day. You don't have to work at McDonald's and, wish some stupid kid happy birthday and do, like, I've seen these crazy videos of people at work wagey jobs with a boss, and their boss is screaming at them. In fact, it's not even that I watch these videos. I'll hear my clients tell me about their job, and I go, thank fuck I stuck with this, because if I had a boss, which I've had before, I would lose my fucking mind. I'm my own man. I don't like anyone telling me what to do. If you don't mind that, that's fine, and no judgment. But if someone tells me what to do, I don't like it. I like being my own boss. I like being in control of my own reality. If that is at the expense of a few years of money, I think that's highly worth it. You're not going to go fucking homeless. You can always get a secondary job, get a night shift, do Pizza Hut delivery. You can do other shit. And then in the meantime, build up your clientele base. And then eventually you can get full-time in your own, home gym or whatever it is. Or you go wage at a fucking LA Fitness or Plus Fitness or whatever gym you go to, and you make fuck all money because you have to pay rent and you get a flat rate. But you just work there, cut your teeth, have a shitty experience with a shitty boss that will motivate you to want to work on your own, get your own individual client base built up, And then one day when you have enough clients to break even, you quit that fucking job that you hate and you work from home. That's what I done. Obviously, that's not always the option for everybody. I'm blessed in the position where I have my home gym in a garage in the backyard. But if you have, a fucking driveway and you have some kettlebells and some battle ropes and some nonsense exercise equipment, you can make someone get in shape. You're going to have to probably charge a little bit less than a dude that has a bunch of equipment like I do, or a commercial gym like other people have. But you could get some boxing pads, teach them how to box, do cardio, make them lose weight, do high intensity body weight exercise. You can build a good physique with just fucking body weight alone. Like if you don't believe that, you're out of your fucking mind. Buy some bands and buy some fucking gymnastic rims, and you can build a good body. You can build a strong base. And for the average person, they're not looking to be, the next fucking Chris Bumstead. They're just looking to be in good shape. You don't need much equipment, if any, for that. If you get some 25-year-old that comes in and he wants to get fucking jacked out of his mind, yeah, you might not be the guy for him with the lack of equipment. But the good chance is I have never trained a 25-year-old because they don't have any fucking money. You train 30-plus-year-olds because that's when they have money. And that's when your body starts really falling apart. And then you actually have to get into shape. So you don't worry too much about, your home gym. I started with fuck all. I trained people out of a 4x4 meter bedroom with a squat rack and weight plates. You don't need that much. And it's embarrassing. People will come and they'll be like, this is fucking weird. Like, why am I in a fucking 4x4 room, this dingy lit room with no fucking like gym mats and like a barbell and a squat rack? And then you put them through a fucking sick workout and you show them that you're incredibly knowledgeable and you make them laugh and you listen to their fucking, miserable life. And you make them feel better, and they go, well, this is actually pretty worth it. I got a good workout, and I feel good afterwards, and they come back. And then one day you scale up to a fucking garage gym because you made enough money. This has been my whole process. You can do it too. It just requires some fucking effort and some drive and risk. But that's the thing. Like, there's no fucking, what's the old thing? Like, you have to risk it for the biscuit kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just, like, take it easy and work for a commercial gym your whole life. It's miserable. You'll never get anywhere. You will never scale it up. As of right now, I'm planning on scaling up my business. This is something that I've been, hoping for years, and now I'm finally there. It just takes time. And who knows what happens in the next 5 years. And this isn't to say that you might not have a quicker experience. I live in a very isolated town. I'm in an area with 10,000 people. If you live in a populated city, man, you could be fucking... Okay, for example, Grindr. I went on Grindr and set my location to Sydney, which is a population of like 4 million in the region, but it's in an area with 500,000 people. In an hour, I had 20 messages saying, hey, interested in the personal training. And it was grim because it's like, man, I live fucking 2 hours away from this place. So obviously I couldn't, connect with these people and get them to train with them. I mean, I had one or two of these people where I was suggested that we could do online training, and that lasted for a little bit, but not for very long. Online training doesn't last long. But my point being is, on Grindr alone, if you want to take the Grindr route, if you live in a fucking city, you are going to get a lot of clients, a fuck ton of clients. You might fucking make like a $2,500 week, or a 10K month. That's like the business like standard, right? Like when your business is really popping off is when you're making 10K a month. You could easily make that if you live in a city and you go on Grindr and you fucking, you've got the physique, you look the part, and you're charismatic, and you're good at texting at people, and you're good at, leading people into text messages, and good at like persuading people to come around. I'm very good at sales. It's incredibly easy for me to get someone into my into my gym rather. It's not easy necessarily to retain people because exercise is difficult. That's where the psychology comes in. But once you snare someone in, if you know how to word things correctly, it's very, very easy. I've got a 100% success rate as far as getting people in for a trial session. Always have a free trial session because it gives people incentive to come and try it out and see if it's for them. But try the Grindr thing out. Try not to spread the word, because if it gets out everywhere, then you'll have a lot of competition on these gay dating apps. But try Grindr, try Tinder, try all kinds of shit. Try some shit that I haven't even mentioned yet. Just sit there and think for 3 hours. Just fucking sit down after this video and just think. Most people won't fucking sit there and think for fucking 10 minutes, let alone 3 hours. If you sit there and think for 3 hours and you do that on a daily basis, you just sit there and think about innovating your personal training business, you're fucking destined to succeed. Like, it's impossible not to. It's just the fact that people give up so fucking easily and don't think about anything outside of the box. They're just copying everybody else's nonsense. I copy plenty Obviously, we have to copy people because that's we stand on the shoulder of giants. There's people before us who have learned all the exercise science. There's people before us that understand marketing, and you have to copy that shit. But then you have to innovate your own niche. You have to innovate your own way of going about things. And in my case, that was the grinder. I've never met another personal trainer who's marketed on grinder. And that could be something totally different for you. And if you stumble across it, do tell me because I'd love to know. But yeah, I mean, I don't know how much more I got 4 more minutes of this shit. What else can I talk about personal training? I said, a big thing you could do is study psychology. If you really are interested in becoming a personal trainer, you need to study so many different things at once. You need to really hone in the exercise science. You really, really need to hone in the physiotherapy side of things, and you need to really hone in psychology. The exercise science is a no-brainer. You need to get people in shape. You need to know how to make people fit and muscular and optimize their training. The physiotherapy is really important because people are going to come to you and they're going to be all physically fucked up and their physios are going to be garbage. Half of my clients come to me and their physio is fucking them up more than they're fixing them. And it's a matter of like 30 minutes before I've figured out how to fucking physio their issue. Partially because I'm so injured myself. I've had to physio so many of my own ailments. I oftentimes know how to fix someone's issue. And if I don't, then I have a physio that I know that I just, contact and say, all right, go to that guy. But it is much better if you can be the one-stop shop. If the guy can come to you and say, all right, how do I fix my diet? Oh, here we go. I know a bunch about nutrition. Here you go. Here's a diet plan that works. My neck hurts. Do you know how to fix a neck? Yeah, this is how we fix your neck. Rather than being like, no, I don't know how to fix your diet. Here's a nutritionist. No, I don't know how to fix your neck. Here's a physio. That doesn't look good for you. It doesn't make you look very professional. And it doesn't make it any easier to train someone because if someone has a bunch of ailments, it's really hard to make them do squats, deadlifts, bench press exercises when their fucking rotator cuffs pinging up or impinged or, they have like a slip disc in their L4 or L5 and they can't do deadlifts because they don't have enough, bracing stiffness or core stability or whatever it might be. You won't be able to give them the correct results that you're looking to give them, which make them not want to train in the first place. So learning how to fix people's ailments through physiotherapy, incredibly important. You need to learn that one big time. And that's something I'm still learning myself. I'm really trying to learn as much as I can about physiotherapy so I can be a one-stop shop and allow people to think, wow, what a fucking wizard. He's getting me in shape, but also he's fixing my body. And then the psychology. Read psychology books. Learn how to persuade people. Learn books like How to Win Friends and Influence People. It's a stereotypical one, but it's incredibly effective one by Dale Carnegie. Learning how to just simply talk to people and make them like you. Learn books about psychology like the 48 Laws of Power if you want to get into some darker shit and manipulate your clients for the better. You can use dark tactics for the better good. If you get a client in who's fat and unhealthy and is going to die earlier, it is much better that you use some dark manipulation to make sure that they keep exercising and eating. I use dark manipulation on myself all the time. It's not a problem so long as you don't make it toxic. As long as you're not like, hey, you're a fat piece of shit, and you're going to be a fat piece of shit and no one loves you and fucking women don't want to have sex with you because you're a fat piece of shit. Like that shit, you can't be like a fucking negative cunt, but you know what I mean? You have to be like persuasive. You have to use psychology tactics to get people to do things because ultimately exercise is about psychology. If your psychology is not there, you're not going to exercise. So learn psychology, learn the physiotherapy, learn the exercise science, learn the marketing. I'd say that's the big four, really. If there's a takeaway I can give you, it's learn the exercise science numero uno because that's what you need to do to get the degree. A lot of that shit's nonsense anyway because it's outdated science, but learn the exercise science and take the good and leave the bad. Then learn the marketing because you need clients in. Even if you don't really know what you're doing yet, you'll get the experience by getting clients in and just playing the numbers game. If you have 1,000 people come through your gym, maybe 15 to 20 of those will stay. I'd like to think more than that will stay. Then learn the physiotherapy so that you can, fix people's ailments because 9 times out of 10, they're going to come in and not be able to exercise very effectively because they're all physically fucked up. And then learn psychology to retain them. You want them to like you. You want them to kind of rely on you in order to just be someone to talk to. Just have a friend. A lot of people don't even have a fucking friend that will listen to them. And you can be that as a personal trainer. Anyway, hopefully that's informative. Maybe I'll make part 1s and 2s of this because I have plenty to say about personal training because I've been doing it for a long time and I think about it a lot. Or maybe I'll make more fleshed out videos on this, not just like a piss and vinegar voiceover. Let me know what you guys think. Peace out, bye.